By now we have seen problems both on permutation and combination. Now it's time to look into a classical problem which is known as n-queen problem. In this problem we will be given a board of size n cross n and we have to place n queens in n rows of the board such that no queens can attack any other queen. Most of you know that a queen can attack another queen horizontally, vertically and diagonally. So we have to print the positions of the queen if possible, otherwise we have to print not possible. So for example, let us say that we have given a board of size 4 cross 4. Now to solve this problem we will try to place all the 4 queens on the board one by one, and at each step we will check if our currently placed queen can attack or can be attacked by any other queen or not. First of all, we place the queen 1 in the first column of the first row. Since this is the only queen on the board till now, hence there is no question to attack. Now we will try to place the queen 2. At first we will place the queen 2 in the first column of the second row, but we can see that queen 2 can be attacked vertically by queen 1. So we will change this position of queen 2 to second column. But again queen 1 can attack queen 2 diagonally. Now we will try to place the queen 2 to third column, and that is perfectly fine as no queen is under attack. Now we will place the queen 3 in the first column of the third row, but it can be attacked by queen 1 vertically. So we will further move the queen to second column, but again it can be attacked by queen 2 diagonally. So we will change the position to third column, but it can be attacked by queen 2 vertically, and same for the fourth column. Since we could not find any position for queen 3 with the existing positions for queen 1 and queen 2, so we will backtrack to queen 2 and change the position of q2 to fourth column, since we already tried first second column. In this way we will reach to this solution where no queen can attack any other queen. For a board of size 4 cross 4, we will have the solution as 2 4 1 3, that is queen 1 in the second column, queen 2 in the fourth column, queen 3 in the first column and queen 4 in the third column. This is the code for n-queen problem in Java. We have taken two parameters. Board is an array in which we will store the positions of successfully placed queens, and in index we will store the positions of the current queen we are trying to place. So we will update the value of index once we place the current queen successfully. So at first we will check if the value of the index is equal to the length of the board. This is the condition when we successfully placed all the queens on the board, because the total number of queens will be always equal to the length of the board. So we will print the board. The code snippet inside the if condition is for printing the board, and at last we will return true. Now if that is not the case, then we will start placing the queens with the very first column. That is why we are running the outer for loop. Now at each column we will check if the previously placed queens can attack this queen or not. That's why we have used the inner for loop and a boolean flag that is initially false. Now the first condition in the if statement is to check if the currently placed queen can be attacked vertically or not, and the second condition is to check if the queen can be attacked diagonally or not. If any of the condition is true, that means the queen can be attacked and hence we cannot place the queen in that column. So to indicate this, we update the flag to true and then immediately change the column. If none of the condition is true, that means we can place the queen in that column. So we will update the board and save the position of that queen, and then we will find the position for the next queen. So by now we have a good understanding of recursion and backtracking. So from the next video we will understand the aspects of dynamic programming. Thank you for watching the video.